This is Las Vegas Real Estate Now, where we bring you the 3 E's: educate, empower, and engage. I'm your host, Harvey Blankfeld, and we've been selling homes here in Southern Nevada since 1988. We also have a guy you may have heard from before. He's our CEO at Berkshire Hathaway. This is Mark Stark. Welcome, Mark.
Glad to be here.
Glad to have you back. You know, I wanted to talk to you first, Mark. I want to talk a little bit about this seasonal thing. You know, we get to this time of year every year in real estate here in Southern Nevada, and a lot of sellers are kind of reluctant. A lot of buyers are a little reluctant. The holidays, things are slow. Why should they be engaging themselves in the market right now? What's the reason for them to do that right now?
Well, on both sides. Let's first talk for sellers.
Okay.
You know, if you're a seller and you are motivated in getting your property sold, I will tell you this much. Separate from, you know, the holidays are the holidays, so certainly there can be inconvenience in that, but the buyers that are looking right now are extremely serious.
Yes.
And they're looking for an opportunity to finalize it during this time of year. And so the goal is do you want to take advantage of that now, or do you want to wait till everyone says, okay, holidays are over, let's all jump into the market at the same time?
The other thing I want to talk to you today about, Mark, was just in the market in general, maybe a little bit about contingency offers. Let's just touch on that just a bit, because I've seen this happen a lot lately. We've had a number of buyers are transitioning from one home to another, and in that course of that doing so, they have to sell their home to have enough money to buy the home, and so they write what's called a contingent offer. And a contingent offer to a seller is not as strong as one without the contingency, so it weakens you just a little bit. But they're done, and they're done successfully all the time.
Sure.
I mean, so when you're talking with agents or counseling agents on how to handle a contingent buyer, what advice would you give to those buyers and how to proceed with that type of a process?
Well, to your point, I mean, any contingency, like it or not, it will weaken an offer. To your point, doesn't mean it can't be done, but it does weaken an offer. So the key with that is if you do have a certain contingency that there's no getting around this.
Right.
This is my world. I am going to have X contingency. Then guess what? Get everything else in order. Okay, and let me tell you, nothing's too small. As soon as you assume you know what the other client's thinking, so that's not going to be a big deal, this is not going to be a big deal, then you run into challenges. And some of the simplest things that you can do and be open to can be the determining factor of, you know what, I like that offer. Even though they've got that contingency, let's give it a certain period of time. And that's the last piece of this is whatever your contingency is, make sure you're specific about how this is going to take. Give some specificity around, look, it's 30 days, we're going to know, or this is the situation, and if not, I have to move on, but give us this timeline. Be sure to ask the question of what dates work for the other party, because sometimes, you know, we all assume they want to get it closed as soon as possible. Well, that may not be the case. There may be a leaseback that's needed, or specifically saying, I don't mind so much as long as it's done by this date. And you're like, well, that's perfect for us.
Right.
But ask the question so you get my feedback.
You've been listening to Las Vegas Real Estate Now with host Harvey Blankfeld. Please tune in every Saturday at 11 a.m. right here on News Talk 720 KDWN.